Peter Meyers, As We Speak, How to Make Your Point and Have It Stick. Discover how to captivate your audience and keep them engaged as you communicate through presentations, emails, and direct conversations in As We Speak, How to Make Your Point and Have It Stick by Peter Meyers. Learn how to avoid common mistakes and create content that resonates with your listeners. In this summary, you'll gain insights into presenting your ideas with attention-grabbing stories, using effective openers, structuring your presentations for effortless comprehension, and mastering the power of your voice. Plus, find out how to improve your physical presence, notes, email communication, and direct discussions to ensure your message gets across and sticks in people's minds.
Captivate your audience. Don't assume your audience will automatically be interested in your presentation. Focus on how they can benefit from it individually and make their lives more efficient. Utilize storytelling, engage their emotions, and consider how they'll feel during your talk. Make your presentation lively and fun to keep them engaged and influenced by your ideas. As you prepare for an important presentation, you might believe that having top-notch content is enough to keep your audience engaged. However, don't make the mistake of assuming your listeners are automatically interested in what you have to say. Instead, focus on the benefits that your ideas provide to the individuals in your audience. People tend to be more tuned in if they know how your ideas will make their day more efficient and help them be more productive. Ensure that your presentation emphasizes the direct advantages of your ideas. This will keep your audience interested throughout your talk. Additionally, leverage the power of storytelling and emotions rather than just relying on statistics and numbers. Decision-making in the brain is driven more by emotions, stories, and feelings than by rational or analytical thinking. By telling engaging stories that resonate with the emotional side of the brain, you can have a more significant impact on your listeners and make your message memorable. In today's world, where the internet bombards our lives with information, it's crucial to find a way to make your presentation stand out from the noise. Focus not only on what you're saying but also on how you're saying it. Engage your audience by appealing to their emotions and feelings, crafting a captivating origin story, and making your presentation lively and fun. It's essential to consider how people will feel as they listen to your talk and make an effort to connect with them emotionally. In conclusion, to truly captivate your audience and get your message across, carefully consider your approach to connect with your listeners on an emotional level. By doing so, you'll create a memorable presentation and a powerful impact on your audience. Captivate your audience. Make your presentations effective and engaging by setting the stage properly, skipping formalities, grabbing attention with powerful openers, and employing a clear, concise structure that focuses on three key categories: the current situation, the desired outcome, and the path to reach those goals. If you've had to endure tedious presentations, you're well aware that a rambling and unfocused speech can be agonizing. To save your audience from this plight, start your presentation with a clear roadmap of where you're heading. You only have 7 seconds to pique interest, so get straight to the point. Bypass those niceties like, "Good morning, thank you all for coming," or mundane business details. They dampen the mood before you even begin. Instead, engage your listeners from the get-go with attention-grabbing openers. Use the word "you" as a personalized start, or rouse curiosity with shocking statistics and numbers. A well-told anecdote or story can also foster a connection with your audience. Once you've secured their interest, proceed by extending a warm welcome and sharing any necessary housekeeping information. Bring order and coherence to your presentation with a clear, intelligible structure that helps your audience process the information with ease. Divide your material into 3 categorical sections. First, paint a picture of the current situation, perhaps by discussing the latest quarterly report or your company's standing in the market. Next, illuminate where you want to go by examining targets to be met, noting any shortcomings with existing methods. Lastly, detail the time frame to achieve these goals, and provide guidance on how your audience can contribute, like introducing new recruitment strategies, budget adjustments, or marketing shifts. By adopting this approach, you'll not only capture your listeners' attention but also provide them with valuable insights, making your presentation a memorable experience for all. Engage your audience effectively. To keep your audience engaged during presentations, vary your tone, volume, and speed. Smiling helps create a positive vibe. For video and audio presentations, sharing a clear topic and goals enhances engagement. When writing emails, focus on the recipient and keep them brief, especially for those higher in the chain of command. Even with an exciting opening and a well-structured talk, holding your audience's attention can be challenging. Your voice is the key ingredient. Prevent boredom by altering your tone, volume, and speaking pace. Don't forget to smile, it adds an appealing, positive note to your speech. Video or audio presentations can be tricky, but still, strive to engage listeners with your voice and clear communication. State your topic, establish your goals, and provide a timeframe. This transparency fosters audience engagement. This principle extends to effective emails. Ensure the focus is on your recipient. Pay attention to the I ratio, the number of times I comes up in your email. Aim for mentioning you 10 times for every I. This approach shifts attention from the sender to the recipient's concerns. Also, keep emails brief, especially when writing to someone higher up. Remember, the higher their position, the shorter the email, as they are likely already swamped with tasks. Master your presentation skills. We all tend to judge others based on their appearance, and it can be nerve-wracking to present in front of others. To exude confidence, manage obvious signs of nervousness, stabilize shaky hands by gripping a pen, move around to combat trembling legs, keep a handkerchief for sweat management, and practice diaphragmatic breathing to prevent voice tremors. Utilize organized and clear notes for reference, maintain eye contact with the audience but don't be alarmed if you lose your train of thought, pause, check your notes, and continue. Original book. Though we may not like to admit it, we often judge people based on their appearance. And it is certainly natural to feel nervous when speaking in public. With this in mind, here are some simple tips you can follow to show your audience that you're calm and in control. Shaky hands. Avoid holding loose pages of paper or a laser pointer, as doing so will only make the shaking more apparent. Instead, hold a book or grip a pen while you speak. If your legs shake, try to move around as you speak to get your circulation moving so you will feel stronger. Excessive sweating. Whatever you do, don't take your jacket or sweater off. This will only show just how sweaty and nervous you are, and might give people the impression that you don't know what you're doing. For a sweaty forehead, make sure you have a cotton handkerchief at hand, and use as needed. Trembling voice. When you're nervous, your chest and throat might tighten up and block your airflow, making it difficult to speak clearly. Practice breathing from your diaphragm, and not from your chest. It's okay to use notes during a talk, as long as you remember to make eye contact with your audience after making an important point. Granted, some people prefer to keep their face down in their notes to avoid looking at the audience. To prevent this behavior, your notes should offer just a basic outline of your main points. If you use note cards rather than paper, make sure to number them so you don't lose the order. Use a black pen, and write clearly in large script so your notes aren't difficult to read. But most of all, don't panic if you lose your way in a talk or draw a blank when trying to make an important point. Breathe, have a drink of water, and calmly refer to your notes. People will think that you are taking the time to make sure you're saying the correct thing. Effective colleague communication. Enhance communication in direct conversations with colleagues by setting clear intentions, focusing on problems rather than persons, and maintaining positivity. Actively listen, ask questions, and utilize affirmative body language to foster a productive and tension-free discussion. When engaging in conversations with colleagues, it's crucial to avoid unproductive exchanges where both parties simply talk at each other without truly understanding each other's viewpoint. To enhance your communication skills in direct conversation, begin by establishing clear objectives for the discussion. Knowing what you want to accomplish from the start helps maintain focus throughout the conversation. It's equally important to separate the person you're speaking with from the problem you're addressing. Instead of being upset with the individual, concentrate on discussing the issue at hand, such as their consistent tardiness. Approach the topic calmly and work together to find a solution. By addressing the problem directly, you can uncover the real reasons behind their behavior and work collaboratively to resolve it. If emotions escalate or the conversation becomes tense, strive to diffuse the situation through active listening, asking questions, and maintaining a positive demeanor. Encourage open dialogue by inviting your colleague to share their thoughts in an amicable manner. For example, rather than demanding they discuss an issue, gently ask if they would be willing to talk about it. Afterward, express appreciation for their willingness to participate in the conversation. As the discussion progresses, demonstrate your engagement and active listening through verbal affirmations like, "I see," and "that makes sense," along with nonverbal cues such as nodding and smiling. Utilizing thoughtful noises during pauses, like can further contribute to easing tension and fostering a more productive conversation between colleagues. Boost confidence on bad days. We all have tough days, but it's essential to maintain a positive mindset when delivering presentations. Identify routines that make you feel confident and prepared, such as enjoying a favorite tea or listening to an uplifting song. Smiling and walking confidently can help as well. Avoid dwelling on negative thoughts and instead turn those questions into positive ones, focusing on your strengths. Remember, your goal is to provide your audience with a valuable experience, and every action you take influences their perception.
Peter Meyers' book, As We Speak, How to Make Your Point and Have It Stick, offers practical advice and guidelines for crafting engaging presentations and effectively communicating with others. Mastering storytelling techniques, powerful openers, clear structure, and vocal delivery helps create impactful presentations that resonate with your audience. Additionally, being aware of your physical presence and appearance, smart note-taking, concise email communication, and focused direct conversations can lead to powerful, memorable conversations. By applying the principles presented in this book, you can transform your communication skills, delivering exceptional presentations that captivate your audience and make your message stick.